Imagine living in a time when women couldn't vote, couldn't own property, and were considered unequal to men. But some women dared to dream of a better world. They fought for their rights and for the rights of all women. These brave women changed the course of history forever. In this episode, we will meet 4 brave women who fought for democracy. Their courage and determination helped pave the way for women's suffrage and equality. You can support us by becoming a member. Let's get started. Susan B. Anthony. Susan B. Anthony was born in 1820 in Massachusetts. She grew up hearing her father say that if women were forced to be barefoot, Bible-reading mothers, the whole country would go to ruin. He also told her that a human soul does not depend upon the accident of birth. These words inspired Anthony to become an abolitionist and a women's rights activist. Anthony believed that women should have the right to vote and to be treated equally to men. She co-founded the National Women's Suffrage Association with Elizabeth Cady Stanton in 1869. Together they organized protests, marches, and rallies to raise awareness about women's rights. Anthony was arrested for voting in the 1872 presidential election. This act of civil disobedience brought national attention to the cause of women's suffrage. Anthony's tireless work and dedication helped pave the way for the passage of the 19th Amendment in 1920, which granted women the right to vote. She is considered one of the most important figures in the history of women's rights. Alice Paul. Alice Paul was born in 1885 in New Jersey. She was a brilliant student who graduated from Mount Holyoke College in 1905. Paul was inspired by the British suffragette movement, and she soon became a leader of the National Woman's Party, which used more radical tactics to fight for women's suffrage. Paul organized protests, pickets, and parades to draw attention to the cause. She led the famous Silent Sentinel outside the White House, where she and other women stood silently protesting for suffrage. Paul was arrested several times for her activism, but she refused to give up. In 1920, her efforts paid off when the 19th Amendment was passed. Paul continued to fight for women's rights throughout her life. She helped draft the Equal Rights Amendment, which aimed to guarantee equal rights for women. Although the era was never ratified, Paul's legacy lives on. She showed that women could be leaders in the fight for equality and that their voices could be powerful even in the face of opposition. Malala Yousafzai. Malala Yousafzai was born in 1997 in Pakistan. She is an activist for female education and the youngest Nobel Prize laureate. Yousafzai became an advocate for girls' education when she was just 11 years old after the Taliban took control of her hometown and banned girls from going to school. Despite threats to her life, Yousafzai continued to speak out for girls' education. In 2012, she was shot in the head by a Taliban gunman, but she survived the attack and continued her activism. Yousafzai has since become a global icon for the fight for education and gender equality. She has met with world leaders and spoken at the United Nations. Yousafzai's bravery and determination have inspired millions of people around the world to stand up for what they believe in. She is a true champion for democracy and human rights. Fawzia Koofi. Fawzia Koofi was born in 1979 in Afghanistan. She is a politician and women's rights activist. Koofi's story is one of resilience and courage. Growing up in Afghanistan under the Taliban regime, she faced many challenges. But despite the obstacles, she became the first woman to earn a PhD in political science from an Afghan university. Koofi has been a member of the Afghan parliament since 2005, and she is the founder of the Afghan Women's Network. She has worked tirelessly to improve the lives of women and girls in Afghanistan. Koofi's work has not been without risk. She has been threatened and attacked for her progressive views, but she continues to speak out against injustice and discrimination. Koofi is a true hero for women's rights in Afghanistan. Her dedication and courage have made a real difference in the lives of countless women and girls. She is an inspiration to us all. These are just a few of the many brave women who have fought and continue to fight for democracy around the world. Their courage and determination have helped pave the way for progress on women's rights. But there is still much work to be done. We can all learn from these amazing women and work towards creating a more just and equitable world for all. Thank you for watching this episode. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button and share it with your friends. Subscribe to our channel to stay informed about our latest episodes, Together, we can make a difference.